like you like me. Okay.
And action.
Recently, we've gone through some transformations here in the house, decluttering a lot of the stuff. Some interesting things have happened in that process.
We've been able to experiment. I don't always need the things that I think I need. I don't always want the things I think I want. The master closet we remodeled, we put the IKEA dresser in the closet.
So in our journey to not necessarily be minimalist, does it coincide with saving money and or being frugal? Because that's something that we've tried to do. Let's go over some minimalist tips and see if we would do them in an effort to save money.
Okay.
Number one is to digitize your movies and books.
We have not done this.
No, we have not done this. And from a frugal perspective, I don't know that this makes sense.
50% of them are streamable.
Who's to say they're not going to take them away next month and then I can't get them?
I know.
That happens all the time. Let's talk about digitizing books.
You don't like to read digital books at all.
No, I don't. No, I do not. I am not a Kindle lover. I do not want to read them on a computer. I do not want to read them on my phone. I want paper in my hands. Now, I like audiobooks. I like to listen because I can kind of multitask when I'm doing brainless stuff like folding laundry or cleaning the kitchen or whatever. But when it comes to like visually reading a book, it has to be in my hands. And I think you can get them very inexpensively via thrift stores, garage sales. A lot of the times your neighbors all have books. You'd be like, hey, can I borrow Mockingjay? And they'll be like, no sweat, come on over. Digitizing movies and books, as from a frugal saving money perspective, not necessarily.
Yeah.
Another one is to eliminate stuff.
That's awfully vague.
One of the most important parts of minimalism is cutting down on things you don't need.
Okay.
You identify what serves the purpose and what does not. And you get rid of the things that do not, and you do not buy the things that do not in the future. Sometimes it's hard to declutter something because you're like, I spent XYZ money on this thing. I mean, if you keep it and it's not serving you, it's just taking up clutter, space. One more thing to dust. One more thing to clean.
When you see it around, it's a constant reminder of something you haven't done or you aren't getting to, or is just incomplete.
Look at all these dishes I haven't done. Look at all these clothes I haven't folded. Look at these craft items sitting around waiting for me to craft.
Yeah.
So I think from a money standpoint, yeah. Invest in reusables. So instead of single-use items like water bottles, like plastic water bottles, you invest in reusable water bottles. So you're not constantly buying throwaway, trying to recycle, throwing away. You have one thing and you use it over and over again.
Yeah, I think we do that. We have water bottles all over the place.
Do you think it saves money? I think it does when you travel. When you take your own water bottle and travel, you don't have to buy drinks everywhere.
That's the biggest thing for me.
True.
I'd rather have cold water or whatever I bring from the house than to spend money on a soda.
As my grandmother would say, a place for everything and everything in its place. I suck at this.
The master closet remodel was so good for me. It gave me a place for everything.
Okay, I must have too much stuff still because I do not have places for everything. Would that help you from a money saving perspective?
I think that goes back to my thing. If it doesn't have a spot, I don't need it.
Or it could be because you can see everything you have, you remember that you don't need it.
Do you know how many bottles of sunscreen we have in this house?
I don't even have a defensive statement for that. Because I opened that cabinet and I was like, wow, I don't need to buy sunscreen.
You know what's really funny? By the way, that's after I put one in every car.
No.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Well, I feel sheepish. Shop quality, not quantity.
Totally true.
Which is the opposite of what my dad does when it comes to food. My dad is all about the $3.99 Chinese buffet. It is about the quantity and not the quality. This could be furniture, higher quality piece of furniture, instead of like cardboard, like pieces from Walmart that are gonna fall apart. Yeah. You know, this could be clothing, shoes, it could be kitchen tools. It's definitely gonna be mattresses. Okay, so we live in a college town and the kids are leaving right now. We saw this poor kid, with what amounted to a $10 worth queen mattress.
Bless his heart.
Bless his heart. And he had this teeny little Subaru and he had like bungeed that mattress. It's overhanging the car like a canopy.
Crunched sideways so it'll fit in the roof rack.
It's like bent like this as it hangs over.
Like a taco.
Like a taco. It's a mattress Subaru taco. That is not the high quality caliber that we're talking about
You know what I would strap to my roof if I was moving, if I was a college student?
What?
A Helix mattress.
Yes, we have a Helix mattress. Helix is sponsoring today's video, actually. We've had our Helix for like 2 years or whatever. What I like about them, well, there's lots of things that I like about them, but what I love is that they have such a wide range of styles, softness levels, and price points for
all budgets,
all families, all sleep needs, which I think is amazing. So you can get a more budget one, you can upgrade and really invest in like the Luxe line. All you have to do is take this easy 5-minute quiz. We did it. Dave's a back sleeper. I'm a side sleeper and a flippy around. I roll around a little.
Tummy sleeper. You do it all.
So we picked the mattress that I liked, and then he went along with it because that's what marriage is. It's about compromise.
That's how we make it work, people. Marriage tips for the Frugal Fit family.
And I know sometimes it's super scary to buy something that's like this big online, but they give you a 100-night trial to see if you like it. They'll take it back if you don't, which is amazing. They offer financing options. It's free shipping in the United States. And it is so easy to like get and set up. Like it just comes to your house in this box. You pick it up, you carry it inside, you unroll it, and then watch it expand. My kids think that is super cool. In the old days, we had to go to a shop and then haggle, and then they had to schedule the delivery, which you had to pay extra for. And then they had to haul it into your house, and then, you know what I'm saying? They were a beast. These days, it's just so easy. So if you want to try out Helix mattresses, any of them, take the quiz for yourself. You can go to helixsleep.com/frugalfitmom, save up to $200 off your mattress, plus 2 free pillows. I love the pillows.
It's my go-to.
Those pillows are your favorite?
Mm-hmm.
They're my favorite. It's the first link down in the doobly-doo. helixsleep.com/frugalfitmom, up to $200 off. I don't think you can go wrong. Quality over quantity. That's what I'm saying. You don't want a Subaru mattress taco. The next tip is to spend your money on experiences and not things.
We have believed in that for a long time. We've been doing that well.
I think we are doing that one well. I didn't even realize that was a minimalist tip. I just thought that was like a finding joy in your life tip. My stepdad was super, super frugal, okay, and worked really hard and saved almost all of his salary and didn't spend money on almost anything his entire life, ended up getting sick and then passed away in his 60s. But because he was ill leading up to that, he wasn't able to live the life he had dreamt of his entire life. What I learned from that experience was that being frugal does matter, but also I learned to not wait.
That experience of watching him pushed me over the edge.
It did push me over the edge also.
That one made me super, super sad.
Yes.
And to this day still affects me because he saved up all his money and time for something at the end that never came.
That never happened, yeah.
So you can't take it with you is one, but number 2 is you have time now. You can't take the time and save it for later. Do it now.
And we still do it frugally. We travel frugally. Our hobbies are actually quite frugal, like hiking and biking outside. They're not expensive things to do. I love that one. I feel like we do that one. I feel like it is frugal if you do it the right way. Another one is to cut meaningless expenses. This study actually says that the average American spends $18,000 a year on unnecessary purchases.
You cannot find that in the couch.
You cannot find that in the couch. Between eating out, cable and streaming services, subscription boxes, and superfluous spending, $1,500 a month, which equals $18,000 over the course of a year, or more than $1 million over the course of an adult lifetime. This one is to re-audit your life. So part of minimalism is like you declutter, you're going well, and then you revisit sections of your house to be like, oh, have I gone a little hog wild with all the socks? You re-go through. I think that's super similar to going over your budget monthly or every other month or weekly.
Even going through the pantry once a month. Pantry clean out.
I feel judged right now.
I'm just saying, you do videos all the time where you do pantry clean out.
Yes,
That's what this is. It's just a re-audit of what you already have.
So do you think that helps you save money? A re-audit of what you already have?
Oh, yeah.
Number 9 is let go of what you cannot control.
Oh, this has been a journey the last couple of years because Ben Bergeron on his podcast says this all the time.
His podcast is called Chasing Excellence. It's excellent.
Love it. Highly endorse it.
Highly recommend.
But he talks about let go of it. You can't control those things.
Yes.
You can only worry about and influence the things that are within your power.
How does that fit into frugality? Is that about like not caring what other people have or what they do?
I'll give you an example on frugality. I can't worry about the cost of gas.
Personally, I've had everyone I know talk to me about this. My kids, when they see it, my friends, every time they do this, like, oh my gosh, I had to tell every single person I know not to talk to me about gas prices anymore. Number 10 goes along with number 9.
Okay.
Okay, it's to appreciate what you have.
I appreciate you.
This is gonna sound counterintuitive because we're watching a YouTube video right now, is to stop spending so much time on social media.
Oh yeah.
You'd be amazed at how good you feel to just put your phone down and walk away for a couple days. Do it for a day, one day. Just put it down and don't look at anything. Don't look at Instagram, don't look at TikTok. After you're done with this YouTube video, put YouTube away. I have learned over the last few weeks or months that things that I think I want are not actually the things that I want. I wanted a Coach purse for like 15 years. They're expensive, they're beautiful. And so as a gift to myself, this year I bought one on Poshmark. So it was like super cheap. It was used, it was super cheap, but I bought one and it is beautiful and I never use it. I thought I wanted it because other people had them and they loved them and they're gorgeous. But in my life, like the things that I like to do, the way that I use purses, that actually doesn't make sense for me.
I think gratitude in general is just a principle you need to try to harvest in your life. Mm-hmm. That's why I love actually backpacking or being somewhere out in nature where I have very little. All the extra stuff just doesn't matter that much.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you can just be appreciative for your family, your health, and the things that you do have, like that's a really healthy way to live life.
I think the minimalists have it down. You know, they have very few items, but they have things that they love.
Yeah.
And I think that's the key.
Do you remember that minimalist documentary we watched? It says, love people, not things. Use things, not people. There are principles that you can take away from all of these things, whether it's frugality or minimalism. Well, we've found a lot of joy in using some of these things in our own lives.
Yeah, a lot of overlap. Help you have a happier life. And who doesn't want that? Christine and Dave, signing off. Bye! I think you're sitting too far forward.
I sit further back, I look smaller. You see?
It's so weird.
I know!
Do we need to switch places? Switch places. Let's try that.
That's better.
You were sitting in the crack. The crack, where are you going? What are you doing?
I'm just sitting a little further away.
Why?
So I can look into your eyes.
No, you look oddly not in the, like, centered.
Would you agree that I've done a good job at keeping the closet, my stuff in the closet, cleaner?
Well, I won't talk about the things that you shove under the bed. We're gonna talk about the socks.
What about the socks?
You leave socks everywhere.
Not like you think I do.
I'm gonna take a picture of every pair of socks I find on the floor in the next week, and I'm gonna put a montage. It's gonna be amazing. We will not be booking a cruise off of stuff we'll find in the couch on that one. I didn't say that right.
No. You could book a lot of cruises with that.
Yeah. It feels like a stop going discount store shopping. That's what it feels like. Is discount store shopping minimalist? Doesn't feel like it.